Hey folks, welcome to Bear Mountain. Today is January 3rd. We're going to be taking off an occultation tarp that we put over our daffodil beds out here in the front. These are our daffodils we use in the latter part of the season. So we've been trying to kill off some perennial weeds and some deep-rooted, I guess you'd call them dandelions. So let's take it off and see what happened after 8 weeks. One of the things we had going in this area has a huge quackgrass problem, or couch grass, and it also had some dandelion type weeds in it and that nature. This plastic tarp is just 6 mil black plastic. You can buy it from any home center. It's 10 foot wide, 100 foot long roll of it, and we put this down, I think it was right around the beginning of November. November. So it's all been on here for pretty close to about 8 weeks. Today is January 3rd, so we're going to remove the sandbags and roll this plastic up and see where we're at. We fully expect that not everything is dead, because stuff with taproots and particularly perennial grasses have a lot of stored energy, but they're probably knocked back. Okay, so part of what we're doing here is we fully expect not everything got killed back, but we hope it got knocked back good enough. And then after we get the plastic off, we'll come back through and we'll try to remove with like a stirrup hoe a little bit more. We're hoping also too that we don't have too many daffodil tips up, otherwise it's going to be a real manual job and we won't be able to use the hoe. So let's get it going. Our row bags, sandbags, did a good job of keeping things from blowing away. Even though we had a few storms, things worked out pretty good. It's in pretty good shape. I didn't see any holes get knocked in it or anything, so. Okay, we're going to start rolling this thing up. We'll see what it looks like underneath. We have a little bit of wind with us today. It's always great to deal with plastic. Oh my goodness, we already have tips. That is earlier than I thought.
Normally we don't get tips this early when we do this.
No.
They're kind of white. Is that going to be a problem?
Oh, they'll green up fast. Didn't really kill off the perennial grass, but looks like we got rid of the weeds.
Did we need to do it longer to kill the perennial grass?
Yeah, we probably should have started this back in like October. I think it would have, another month would have killed them off. But we can't obviously leave this plastic on anymore.
No.
Well, we took the tarp off, and I think the results are kind of all over the place. A couple things we noticed right away. We didn't see that much rodents in here when we put the tarp down, but once we removed the tarp, it's been clear that the field mice under here have just been having a heyday, digging little tunnels and moving mulch around and all that kind of stuff. And all of the broadleaf weeds that were in the fall that got started here, they're gone. What's left is some very yellow and weakened couch grass, but the roots are still pretty viable. So this stuff is going to come back with a vengeance. We can pull some of it out, some of it that's really weak, but this is going to be a problem again. So what we'll do is we'll clean it up the best we can, then we'll apply some urban waste compost over the top, about an inch or two. Fully expect this grass to come back in the spring, but when the daffodils are finished, we'll come back and we'll tarp it again, this time for a much longer period of time. I'm not so worried about the rodents in here because they just don't eat daffodils. And you can tell they're actually the earliest of them are already starting to show tip much further than we thought. I guess maybe it's because of the heat underneath the tarp maybe got them going, but it'll be a couple days, no green up, they'll be fine. But you can see everywhere where there's couch grass, you got that yellow sickly looking grass thing going there. We'll try to take some of these things out, but this is like on your hands and knees type stuff. So, and then again, unless you get it all, it just comes back. So, I am satisfied. The dandelions are gone. I mean, they are toasted. So I'm guessing the rodents ate them. Maybe they just love the roots. But so the next step is we'll just rake this up, get rid of as much as we can, and mulch it. And we're going to get some bark dust here in about a month, and then we'll just do the pathways with bark dust. We're not going to put down any fabric cloth or anything like that. We'll just put bark dust around, and then in May, end of May, we'll just tarp it again and do it again. We'll just keep doing it until we knock it out. This looks like it's going to be a couple of times. So that's what we got going on today. Appreciate you guys watching today. And sometimes, tarping works, sometimes not as effective, but just wanted to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And this one is kind of like in between. So if you like what you see, please subscribe, leave a comment if you want, and hope you all have a good day and Happy New Year.